After studying this module, you shall be able to understand the meaning and concept of standard costing, know the need for standard costing, learn the merits of standard costing, understand standard costing as a tool of management, and know the limitations of standard costing system. If you were to scheme a cost accounting system with no accounting education other than financial accounting courses, you would probably devise an accounting system that collects, summarizes, and reports actual costs. This approach would be consistent with the implicit assumption throughout of all financial accounting courses that when financial statements report historical cost data such as is done for cost of goods sold and ending inventory, that the information reported represents actual cost. Therefore, it comes as a surprise to most students that the initial journal entries to record the production and movement of inventory in the costing system of most manufacturing firms are not based on actual costs at all, but rather are based on budgeted pre-unit costs. In most manufacturing entities, the initial journal entries to debit work in process, finished goods and cost of goods sold are based upon the actual quantity of output produced, multiplied by budgeted data about the input which are necessary to produce those outputs and the budgeted costs of such inputs. Then, at the end of the month or possibly at the end of a quarter, an adjusting or closing entry is made to record in the inventory accounts the difference between actual costs incurred and the budgeted information that has formed the foundation for the journal entries during the month. The nature of this adjusting entry depends on the materiality of the amounts concerned. If the difference between actual costs and budgeted costs are small, this adjusting entry might be made in a speedy manner involving only cost of goods sold. But if the differences are huge, the adjusting entry might also involve work in process and finished goods inventory accounts. The accounting system described above is called a standard costing system, and it is extensively used by companies in the manufacturing sector of the economy. The present chapter describes standard costing system and explains why companies use this. But before that, we discuss a related concept, standard costs, which constitute an important component of standard costing system. Let us begin our discussion with the standard cost. The word standard means a yardstick or a benchmark. The term standard cost refers to a predetermined cost. Standard cost can be defined as a predetermined cost which determines what each product or service should cost under given circumstances. According to it, standard costs represent planned cost of a product. Standard cost as defined by the Institute of Cost and Management Accountants, London, is a predetermined cost based on technical estimates of materials, labor and overhead for selected period of time and for prescribed working conditions. A standard, that is a term used by the management in management accounting, is a budgeted amount for a single unit of output. A standard cost for one unit of output is the budgeted production cost for that unit. Standard costs are calculated using engineering estimates of standard quantities of inputs and budgeted prices of those inputs. For example, for an apparel manufacturer, Standard quantities of inputs are requisite yards of fabric per jean and requisite hours of sewing operators labor per jean. Budgeted prices for those inputs are the budgeted cost per yard of fabric and budgeted labor wage rate. Standard quantities of inputs can be established on the basis of ideal performance or on expected performance, but are usually based on efficient and attainable performances. Research in psychology has determined that most people will exercise the greatest effort when goals are somewhat difficult to achieve, but not extremely difficult. If goals are easily achieved, managers and employees might not work as hard as they would if goals are challenging. But also, if goals appear not viable, managers and employees might quit themselves to falling short of the goal and might not work so hard as they otherwise would. For such reasons, standards are often established on the basis of efficient and achievable performance. Moving further, let us discuss the standard costing concept. Standard costing is a concept of accounting for determination of standard for each element of cost. Such predetermined costs are compared with actual costs to find out the deviation known as variances. Identification and analysis of causes for such variances and remedial measures should be taken in order to overcome the reasons for such variances. Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, London defines standard costing as the preparation and use of standard costs, their comparison with actual costs and analysis of variances to their causes and points of incidence. From the above definition, the technique of standard costing may be summarized as number 1, determination of appropriate standards for every element of cost. 2, ascertainment of information regarding actuals and use of standard costs. 3, comparing actual costs with standard costs, their differences defined as variances. 4, analyzing variances to find out the causes of variances. 5, and lastly, reporting to the responsible authority for taking remedial measures. Historical costs are the actual costs that are ascertained after these are incurred. During the initial stages of development of cost accounting, historical costing system like process costing, contract costing, service costing, etc. were available for ascertaining the costs. The historical costing methods are used to find out the cost incurred for the production of particular products or completion of particular job. The historical costing system suffers from limitations. Some of those limitations are: number 1, there is no basis for cost control. 2, it does not have any yardstick for measuring efficiency. 3, there is always a delay in availability of information. 4, and lastly, it is expensive. Although standard costing attempts to overcome the limitations of historical costing system, it is not a substitute to the existing historical system. Standard costing is the most extensively used technique of controlling costs. Standard costing is a technique that establishes predetermined estimates of the cost of products and services and compares these costs with the actual costs as they incur. Standard costing can be considered to be a yardstick to measure the efficiency with the actual cost incurred. Hence, standard costing is a system of costing which makes a comparison between standard costs of each product or service with its actual cost to determine the efficiency of operation with a view to take corrective actions at the earliest possible time. Let us now understand the process of standard costing. Number 1. Setting up of standards. 2. Ascertainment of actual costs. 3. Comparison between the above two and measurement of variances. 4. Analysis of variances. 5. And lastly, reporting to responsibility centers to take appropriate and necessary remedial actions. Let us now understand the need for standard costing. Number 1. To facilitate the setting up of budgets and evaluating managerial performance. 2. To act as a control device by stressing those activities which do not match to plan and thus alerting decision makers to those situations that may be out of control and in need of remedial actions. 3. To provide a forecast of future costs that can be used for decision making purpose. 4. To simplify the task of tracing costs to products for inventory evaluation purpose. 5. To provide a challenging target which individuals are motivated to achieve. 6. To improve costs or cost control, simplify stock valuation, and to improve costing and pricing of products. 7. To assess the performance of each segment. 8. To examine the impact of cost if sale volume increases or decreases by a certain percentage. 9. To design the performance measurement system to encourage the employees to participate for betterment of organization. 10. And lastly, to the efficiency of production. Moving further, let us discuss the merits of standard costing. Number 1. Measurement of efficiency. Standard costs provide a benchmark to measure efficiency or inefficiency. This makes possible application of the principle management by exception. The operations which meet standard performance or reach closely are ignored. The attention of the management would be drawn to distinct areas where action is essentially needed. 2. Fixing prices and formulating policies. Prices may be fixed by adding the standardized margins of profits to standard costs. It enables the management to quote prices for potential orders to push sale of products. This serves as a valuable aid to management in information of pricing policies. 3. It eliminates wastages. By fixing standards, certain wastages such as material wastage, idle time and machine hours etc. can be reduced. 4. Inventory valuation. Standard costing simplifies valuation of inventory. This ensures uniform valuation of stock of raw material, work in progress and finished goods over a period of time. The difference between standard and actual cost is transferred to a variance statement. 5. It creates cost consciousness. Targets are laid down for the employees to achieve them. Additionally, standard costing creates cost consciousness amongst the employees, irrespective of their level in the whole organization. 6. It is economical and simple. Standard costing is simple and economical in implementing the costing system. It results in reduction of paperwork in accounting and needs lesser number of forms and records. This results in reduction of cost. Let us understand how standard costing acts as a management tool. A valuable management tool, standard costing, is a part of cost accounting. Instead of using actual costs for direct material, direct labor and manufacturing overheads, standard costs are used to easily track variances and estimate profit. Although actual costs are still paid, standard costing is frequently used for inventories and cost of goods sold. The difference between standard and actual cost is called variance. These variances are the ones that make standard costing such a valuable practice for management. Management can speedily become aware of changes in budgeted costs by tracking the variances. When standard costing is used, you will frequently take notice of the term unfavorable or favorable variance. This refers to changes in actual costs relative to planned or standard costs. A favorable variance takes place when actual cost dips below standard cost. On the contrary, if actual costs are greater than standard costs, the variance is unfavorable. In regards to the manufacturing companies, standard costs would first be seen as individual parts or pieces of the finished product. This means that the final standard cost will be the sum of the standard cost of each of the individual pieces of the product. When variances are recurrently evaluated, standard costing operates as an effective management tool. Increased production, for example, should enable a company to benefit from economies of scale. That increased production quantity, although may lead to unfavorable variance, that emphasizes inefficiencies not acknowledged previously. Conversely, a favorable variance may indicate that efficiencies attained were greater than anticipated. Given the financial importance of inventory, regular evaluation of standard costing may also illustrate instances where profitability is not possible with current actual inventory costs. Management can then evaluate the appropriateness of raising prices or seeking other ways to lower costs or improve production efficiently. When variances are frequently evaluated, standard costing functions as an effective management tool. Increased production, for example, should enable a company to benefit from economies of scale. That increased production quantity, although may bring about unfavorable variance that emphasizes inefficiencies not acknowledged earlier. With regular analysis of variances, standard costing enables managers to compare expectations to actual costs and profit margins. Basic causes of those variances can then be addressed. By then recalibrating costs and prices, manufacturers can maintain themselves in the middle of uncertainties. Let us look at the limitations of standard costing. Number 1, it is difficult to establish. It is difficult to establish standard costs. Inaccurate standards do more harm than good. Inaccurate, unreliable standards may give misleading results. Standards may not enjoy the confidence of users. 2. Conditions change. A business may not be able to keep standards up to date. Conditions change in business and are never static. Standards too have to change with times. Revision of standards is costly. If firm ignores to revise standards suitably, damage would occur. If business does not revise standards in manufacturing conditions in tune with changes, even the current level of progress may not be sustained. Firms may not revise standards as it is difficult and costly affair. 3. Morale and motivation may be affected. If standards are set too high, it may have an adverse impact on the morale and motivation of the employees. Staff might not be capable of operating the system. 4. Expensive. Operations of standard costing system is a costly affair for small concerns. It is unsuitable for small organizations. 5. Unsuitable for job orders. Standard costing is expensive and unsuitable in job order industries and units engaged in manufacturing non-standardized products. For example, in a repair workshop, for each repair job undertaken, standards need to be set. Setting standards for each individual job is quite expensive. Let us now recapitulate what we have learnt in this module. Standard costing is a management tool for control. It serves two purposes: cost control and product costing. It sets a yardstick for measuring actual performance. So as to control, one should know what is expected by way of standard, what has been done, and if the two differ, what corrective action to be taken. Sometimes we assume a given performance, sometimes we change men, material or machine, and sometimes we change the standard, which was perhaps set excessively high. It is a continued activity for the optimum utilization of resources. A standard costing is a rule of measurement established by authority, which provides a yardstick or parameter for performance evaluation. Standard costing system minimizes the wastage by detecting variances and suggesting for corrective actions. Under the standard costing system, cost centers are established and responsibility is assigned to the concerned departments and persons, and thus it helps to increase the effective delegation of authority. Accurately developed standard costing system with full involvement and participation creates a positive, cost-effective approach throughout all levels of management. The standard costing system encourages reappraisals of methods, materials, and techniques that help to lessen the unfavorable variances. The standard costing system helps to draw management's awareness towards those items which are not proceeding according to plan. Standard costing system makes the whole organization cost conscious as it gives the focus to standard cost and variance analysis. In the end, we conclude by saying standard costing acts as an effective tool for business planning, budgeting, marginal costing, inventory valuation, etc.